What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about health anxiety and why the recovery process is very tricky, all right, and why your health anxiety could be lingering. But you know what time it is. Smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Leave me a comment and let me know if you struggle with health anxiety. Health anxiety is very complex. It's very difficult. There's a lot of different components, but it is possible to get through this with consistency, strategy, patience. That's why, guys, down in the description, look into my coaching information, and please, if you haven't taken Elite Anxiety Bootcamp, it can equip you with the things that you need to overcome your health anxiety, okay? So please consider those two things, my course and my one-on-one coaching information in the description and in the first pinned comment. Bootcamp 20 will save you $20 on the course. I know this time of the year, things get a little bit tight. We're buying a lot of gifts, a lot of things are happening, so hopefully that can help make your decision easier. Okay, guys, health anxiety. There's so many different things to it, but today I want to be a little bit more particular on the recovery process and why mine lingered for 5 years, okay? And this is very tricky, right? You get the anxiety, your anxiety gets to a level to where the symptoms are noticeable, then you get scared of the symptoms, you become symptom focused, you're not working on what caused the anxiety. But let's just say, that you're working on some of the root causes, and I'll give you an example. Whenever I was dealing with my cardiophobia, there was this amazing moment where I went out and I ran when I thought I was having a heart attack to finally develop internal reassurance that I was okay and that things are going to be fine, right? I was about to go to the doctor, but I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I need to find out if this is really a heart problem. And at this point, I'd been struggling for 2.5 years with this. Easily the worst part of my anxiety was the cardiophobia, and a lot of you are going through this. So I went outside, I ran, I found out that, hey, I don't have a heart problem, right? It would have gotten worse or I would have died. So at that moment, I was so happy, a little pissed because I was like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Would have saved me time, right? But at that moment, I thought I had fully recovered, or I was going to really be able to fully recover pretty quickly, right? So then I started to work on some root causes of my anxiety. But then I had a bad day where I had some stomach pain. And this is probably a couple months after the cardiophobia thing. So I thought I was well into recovery and I was doing great. But then I had stomach pain and it kind of messed with me. And I had it for a couple days, and I think it was just because I honestly had an issue going on at the time. I don't even think it was anxiety. I had been doing great with my anxiety. So I had a stomach issue, and then I started to get fearful because there was part of my recovery that I wasn't giving enough attention to. And that was my fear of death, dying of disease, this awakened fear that I didn't really have too much before my health anxiety. So since I didn't address that, anytime I would have any type of symptom caused by anxiety or not anxiety, it's just a natural thing, I would assume the worst and fear death or disease or cancer or something. So I ended up having health anxiety another 2.5 years. So I dealt with the stomach and digestive fears, right, of having cancer and colon cancer, stomach cancer, whatever, some issue down there, right? And then once I got over that, I was like, okay, finally, it's not that, I'm good. But then I would have this weird throat pain one day, and then I thought throat cancer. So then my brain continuously sends signals to that area to make the symptom persist, and that dragged on for months. And then it was brain cancer, then MS and ALS, and then it was lymphoma for the last 1.5 years. So I kept going through these phases. When I got to the end of the phase and I finally accepted that it was anxiety and it wasn't cancer or whatever, or ALS or whatever disease I was fearing, I thought that was it, and then I could start to recover. But something that was missing, I kept reacting in a fearful way when I would get a new symptom, and I would assume the worst. I would jump on Google. Since I wasn't fully recovered, I would then, since I was wired to negativity, assume that it was a disease, right? Because I'm not fully healed yet. And I didn't handle my fear of death, dying, and disease. So that scared the crap out of me. So that kept this going, right? So some of you, you've just gotten past the cardiophobia, or you just got past the fear of stomach pain or MS or ALS, and then you had a new symptom and you reacted in a bad way to it, assumed the worst, either Googled or obsessed about it. Now anxiety's mimicking it, and it's making it persistent. And now you're going through this whole nother spell. So that's why health anxiety can be tricky. You can get past one disease scare, and then you're going to have a symptom. Eventually, you're going to have a symptom no matter what. If it's not anxiety, you're just one day you're going to get sick and something's going to feel off. And if you never basically fix the problem of being overly terrified of death and dying, then why wouldn't you go right back into that pattern? So some of you are neglecting that component, and that'll keep health anxiety around. So you'll have a lot of people where their health anxiety goes dormant, right? And I hear about this over and over and over again, right? I'm happy that hasn't happened to me. I fully recovered, okay? So meaning that somebody, they recovered, or they thought that they recovered from health anxiety, but they didn't fix their fear of death, dying, and disease, and maybe it was quiet for a few years, but then they randomly had a symptom, and then they went right back into it because they didn't fix that part, right? They didn't rewire that fear. So a lot of times with health anxiety, it can just be dormant and then come back the next time you have a symptom, some random symptom. And you got to think about it. Eventually, you will have some random symptom. How are you going to react, right? Are you going to react in fear, or are you going to be positive about it? Anyways, guys, that's why health anxiety is tricky, and that's why you can still be vulnerable in recovery. So you have to make sure that you're handling everything all together. It's not just about diet and exercise. It's about internal reassurance. It's about not Googling, not checking vitals, not running to the doctor every time you feel some weird thing. It's about acceptance, right? It's about handling your fear of death or dying or disease and suffering, something that's very difficult to do but possible. I've done it. For instance, I view death as motivation now, so it helps me actually be more present, and it makes me thankful for even a single breath that I get, and it keeps me from thinking about death and dying. I'm worried about today. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm not really worried about yesterday. So that allowed me to get away from this fear of death and dying that just blossomed with my health anxiety. So that component is holding a lot of you back. But hopefully this video helped you guys out and gave you some value. Remember, guys, I'd love to help you with your health anxiety, and my course and my coaching can help you. So that information, again, is down below. You'll find it in the pinned comment in the description. But guys, I love you. My tips for anxiety are also down below. Free Facebook, social media, everything that you need if you want that little bit of extra help. All that stuff is down below. But guys, if you made it this far, I want you in the comment section to put, "I will overcome health anxiety." I will overcome health anxiety. And you have to have that mindset if you want to overcome it. You can't have any doubt, at all in your mind that you're going to fail at this. If you want it to happen, you got to tell your subconscious it's going to happen. Okay? And remember, no timetable on it. Take it day by day. All right? But I love you guys. Remember, again, if you got value, please like this video. If you're new here, subscribe. A lot more videos to come, and there's tons of videos for you to go take a browse through on my channel. Okay? Almost 1,000 of them at this point. So go check them out, guys. But I love you all. Keep fighting, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.